Hey, Blue Rockers, Connie Willis here. How are you? It's Crypto Connie tonight, and I have breaking news. Yep, we've got some interesting stuff going on, and we got it on the air right here tonight as soon as I could definitely get it on here. You can tell I was just kind of hanging out, got my ball cap on, my sweatshirt on, just kind of hanging, but we had to get this on because this is important stuff. So those of you that are into the BitShares, we've got something really cool for you. In fact, it's so fresh and so breaking that I'm learning it myself. So let's go ahead and bring on my new friend and my new pal here. I want to welcome with, let me get you on here with me here. Let's see here. There we go. Everybody, this is John Gotts of BitcoinLatina. Is that right, John? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Tell me more about yourself before we get to bring on this really great news that the BitShare lovers are going to love.
Sure. So, whoops, and there goes my camera perfectly in time,
That's
right?
how breaking it is. Let me tell you guys, we just threw this together.
Well, I'll hold my hand on it so that won't happen again. But, yeah, so thanks for having me on, Connie. I appreciate it. And so I'm John Gotts, and I've been starting companies for about a half a century, literally. And in about 2014, we found out about smart contracts and got really excited that this would be a legal way to do public offerings. And of course, the ICO space grew up around us, but as it did, I was fortunate enough to become friends with the founders of most of the top coins and learned how they did what they did. And we got into the venture space and we're interested in that. And through that all, I met Stan Larimer and learned about BitShares as one of the companies that we did. I also met with all the attorneys for all of the top cryptos and found that most of them are probably not doing exactly the way the SEC wants it. So our law firm, Paul Hastings, all ex-SEC lawyers, wrote Regulation A plus Title IV Tier 2. And we have launched BitcoinLatina, which is a GPU mineable Ethereum hard fork. And you might say, well, why Bitcoin? And what are we talking about? BitShares. Well, Bitcoin had a mission, and that was to bank the unbanked, to have a trustless exchange, to be on a decentralized, safe network, and all of that. And that's all great, but after 10 years, there are really no corporate customers, university customers, government customers, and we haven't really banked the unbanked. And I think that's a lot to do with the way that it moves as a speculative it's a speculative vehicle, like a commodity that it is. We started that, and we did it just like Bitcoin did, and we're only giving away for work and mining that. But we also figured out how to bank the unbanked. Now, we're not announcing how we're doing that until the 14th, but it's all on BitShares. Every bit of it is on BitShares, and we're really excited about that. In fact, we announced the other day that with CubeCab, we're putting up, hopefully what will be still at that point when we get it up in 2020, the largest constellation of Cube satellites. And all this information flying around the globe for Latin America seamlessly will be on BitShares. And how we do commerce will be on BitShares. And how we stabilize currencies that are afflicted by inflation and unstable currencies, we can make them stable with BitShares. And we're really excited about this, and we can't wait to tell you how we're going to do it. But when we originally figured out how to do legal ICOs, we built an onlining platform with KYC AML and accreditation check and all the rest, and all of it was to put, ultimately, ICOs on BitShares to trade. And BitShares, we believe, has the easiest onlining of any exchange. It's the safest. It's never been hacked. We really love it just for that. So what our intention is now is to do, like ERC20 tokens on Ethereum, we do also have, the underlying blockchain of Latin America is an Ethereum hard fork, and we're going to roll off tokens on it, but those tokens are going to be traded on BitShares. And so a lot of exciting stuff for BitShares people.
Yes.
And a lot of exciting stuff for Ethereum people, too, because we've improved the best open source wallet, and we're going to continue to make improvements. And we believe that we've figured out how to communicate between Bitcoin and BitShares and Ethereum and BitcoinLatina amongst the blockchains. Okay. And we think that that's actually possible, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah. So that'll make it easier for everybody that way.
It'll make it easier for everyone, but mainly for people in Latin America. Our focus is that right now, if you go globally to India, Africa, name a place, Australia, Middle East, China, Asia, anywhere, everyone knows Bitcoin. They're in love with it. But if you go into Latin America, no one really does. And so I think part of that could be that language barriers, perhaps. And so another part of what we're doing with Bitcoin Latina is we're really creating, and we're working with university professors from New York to create educational material for what is the blockchain, how do you mine it, etc., in Spanish first, Portuguese second, English third. Right now we're focused on English only because that's what the majority of our people use, and so it's very simple for us to build things quickly. But we also have a translation team that will immediately be going in and translating everything. So it's really exciting. Yeah. So do you have any questions?
That's amazing. I'm still
that was a
taking
lot
it
of
all
information,
in.
right?
I know.
Right. I know.
I am still taking it in. I'm about 5 paragraphs behind what you just said. I'm still taking it in.
Well, you know, it's interesting because
it's amazing.
Well, Charles Hoskinson, who was one of the co-founders, right, of BitShares. Charles Hoskinson went on. I think he was CEO of Ethereum, but then did Ethereum Classic. Now he's Cardano. And if you read their white paper, they say they're trying to take the best of Ethereum, best of Purecoin, best of BitShares. Well, one of the founders, the guy who manages Purecoin, is one of our advisors. We're using BitShares. We are not trying to build a clone. And we are hard forked Ethereum. And so we agree with Charles. Smart guy. He's right. But unlike him that's building it for the next however long before he can utilize it, we're utilizing it right now. Right now. It's being mined right now. Right. BitShares is real and it's happening right now. You don't have to build it. It's built. Yeah. And do you know Pager, Payger,
no.
used to be called Block Pay?
No.
And that was, I think, one of the core developers from BitShares Munich, Christoph, and he has built an amazing QR-based payment system built on BitShares. Been building it for 2 years, beta testing it for 7 months, and of course that's what we're going to use. And again, entirely BitShares.
Love it.
You know, so this is really great for BitShares.
Well, we're big here on CryptoConnie here in Blue Rock Talk with BitShares. We all love the Godfather himself, Stan. Just had him on last night. We were all going crazy with him. He was
Stan's a founder.
Yes,
absolutely. You know Stan's a founder, right? Okay,
yeah.
So Stan's one of the founders. Yeah, and I should let you know too. Another of the founders is, I think this is the first time that we've had a royal family member. Ooh. So one of the princes of Spain, Prince Francisco de Bourbon, is one. Yeah, and so he'll be announcing probably tomorrow, but it could be Tuesday because Tuesday's the big day that we're going to be live for everybody. We're on BitShares right now as a tradable pair between BCL and BitShares, and for the next little while, indefinitely, in fact, the only place anyone's going to be able to buy our coin is as a token on BitShares only. And only available for BitShares.
And if you can tell, I mean, the real actual breaking news, I mean, you're giving us a ton. It's great. But the other great breaking news is, for everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely tell everybody how they can get, is it 2 for 1 or free token? Tell me about the free BitShares and how people can get more BitShares for their money.
Well, because we love BitShares so much, right? We're going to give 10 bits. Right, we're going to give 10 Bitcoin Latina to everyone that has a BitShares wallet, first of all. So we'll give everyone that. Wow. If you wanted to earn, and if you wanted to earn more than that, you could come to BitcoinLatina.org. Latina, as in female, not Latino. And you could register, and please join our Telegram course, and we'll give you more. And we're putting a referral network in place so you can refer your friends and get more. And so, but for people that buy between now, and we just put these coins up, between now and Saturday at midnight, we haven't pushed these, we haven't advertised, we haven't marketed, really told anybody where they are. We're all about getting people involved.
Exclusive here right now.
Exclusive here right now.
Absolutely.
So Stan, I believe, is going to put out some document on STEEM, and maybe Michael will put something out on HuffPost and to all the BitShares groups. We're certainly going to start announcing ourselves tomorrow, but only at BitShares if you buy between now and Saturday. Saturday at midnight, we're going to take a snapshot of everyone that's purchased, and we're going to double it. On the 14th, when we go live with everybody and can trade, we'll double it. Now, as far as valuation goes, I want to say, the miners and the mining pools, they're increasing the hash rate every single day, and the price to mine based on an average electricity cost of 10 cents per kilowatt hour. And I know this isn't a BitShares thing. You guys
right,
have witnesses.
We don't even deal with that. That's archaic. What are you talking about?
No, I know, right. But that said, it is a way to establish a base value of a coin, because if it costs so much to mine it, they're not going to sell it for less than that, right? But really what I want to talk about is the float, because there are 1 billion coins that were created in the Genesis block, but understand that 80% of those will be given out over the next 10 years for people that do work to grow the BitcoinLatina blockchain network. And if they do work, if they tell friends, if they sign up businesses and schools, etc., to use it, build distributed apps, need money to build a distributed app, we'll give them BitcoinLatina to sell in the market so they can build it, right? Nothing that BitShares doesn't do and probably invented, right? Okay, but there's an intrinsic value that's set. I look at how many coins are in market. CoinMarketCap.com says how many coins are in the market, and I can't value a coin. All I can tell you, and I'm no financial advisor and would never, that you look at comps in the marketplace when you're going to buy a house or a car or anything else. And right now, I'm going to put together an infographic over the next 48 hours or so that shows how we compare to the top 10 coins. And I'll tell you that none of them have seated politicians. None of them do. None of them have a royal family. But forget about people. Forget about that. Even though we have founders of coins like BitShares and everything, forget about that. We actually are doing something special on Ethereum. We're growing it. We're trying to connect it with other big blockchains that are important and need to be around. We are improving on the wallet, and we're going to continue to improve on the wallet. We're putting up cube satellites and creating something that makes sense for BitShares and for Ethereum and anyone who wants to use this network, frankly. So, again, we're not resting on anyone else's laurels in a hard fork. We're building. And so, I don't know. I think that if you look at the top 10 coins with only 5 million that I think will ultimately be in circulation, we'd have to be 1,400 to be matched to NEO, which is the Ethereum of China, right? But they don't have universities or governments or cube satellites orbiting or anything planned for. They're just the Ethereum of China. And if we were just in the $1 billion club, we'd still have to be hundreds of dollars a coin. So the mining price hasn't caught up to that, at least. But I think that there's extreme value here compared to comps in the marketplace. And, I mean, even Ethereum gave away their entire for-profit business to Joe Lubin and Consensus. Now he's worth 1 to 5 billion according to Forbes' latest thing, and I heard that Ethereum's out of money because they relied on donations and they only raised $1.5 million. Now, of course, they've got lots of billionaire founders that'll fund it, right. But the point is that we're Ethereum of Latin America, but we're actually going to have connections, and we didn't give away our for-profit business, and that banking the unbanked could generate hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And we've got a C-suite of people that like manage $200 billion for a major bank, and our law firms all access SEC. You just can't name another coin like us, so I don't know if there's a comp in the marketplace to us, frankly.
John, I gotta say, I mean, where did you get into this? Your passion is unbelievable. You are right on target with everything. I love listening to you.
Thank you.
I still need to, take it all in because I'm still at that learning stage, and a lot of us are, right? You are in it. How did you first get into this, and how long have you been into this?
Well, I started riding my skateboard to Yef Hutton when I was 11, and I started my first snow shoveling job when I was 7, and I dropped out of high school
You're one
when
of
I was in 11th grade.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't finish high school.
All right.
Yeah. So, no, I guess I'm an encyclopedia of business because you I think, are born this way or you're not, and I love business. And so I was reading annual reports end to end when I was 12 at the library while my friends were playing football and baseball and that, and I never got into that. But I got into the internet in 93. The World Wide Web. My dad was into programming since 67, so I grew up with computers around me.
Wow, yes.
But this specifically, I whiteboarded exactly how to do a legal ICO in November of 2013, 14, right in there. And, it took me 3 to 4 years to figure out how to do it. It took the Jobs Act. But the cool thing is, the Jobs Act, Regulation A+, Title IV, Tier 2, which we're going to do, we're doing a Regulation A+, public offering of coins. Okay. I don't know if you heard Chairman Clayton.
Nope. He
said the other day in front of Congress, they asked him how many people have done a legal ICO in their mind and actually, as a security to grow a company with investment from a group of people expecting a profit, that's a security. He said 0. So we, I think, will be the first ones. But the neat thing about it is that once we do that, any public person can buy. You don't have to be accredited. We'll get the title, I believe, of being first, which is fun. But I'm so confident that we're going to get an approval because the people that wrote that law, that's our attorney, Dino.
Excellent.
Right. Right. So we learn from the best, and I learned from the best founders, and I just got lucky and was in the right place at the right time for this opportunity. I really do feel the universe put me here as a conduit to do this for others. We're not selling any of our coins. The founders for the next 4 years are committed to this. We have over 100 people now that have signed 4-year contracts to work for free with no benefits in exchange for coins, and they're all A-level people in our C-suite and beyond that had jobs. They didn't need this, all right? And so we too, I don't plan on selling more than 5% of my total coin allocation years and beyond because I don't want to have a 10,000 Bitcoin pizza moment, for instance.
That's right.
I believe that we can build a blockchain for Latin America that changes lives, that creates jobs, that creates engineers, that, you know, some of the money that we're raising right now is going to go to the St. Lazarus Foundation. Me and the other founders each put in some of our coins that are in that trust that you see at BitShares right now. If you want to know where those coins came from,
right. Yeah.
That's not the foundation selling those. That's the founders each put up some coins for sale, 1 million coins total.
Wow.
And the Prince was part of that. And his money, for instance, when people donate into this and get this coin, I think it's a tax write-off. And you still get a coin because it'll go to the St. Lazarus Foundation, where 400 Nights globally are building orphanages and hospitals for Latin American, children. And we have a thing with the United Nations as well. And it's not directly with the United Nations. It's one of our founders. You can read on BitcoinLatina.org. Sergio has something that's going to help them reach their goals. The remainder is going to go into the foundation to file that Regulation A+ immediately, to go public as a foundation on top of a cryptocurrency commodity that followed the rules of Bitcoin and should be approved by the SEC as well. No one's done that either.
That's amazing.
Isn't that fun?
That's a lot of work.
Isn't that fun?
John, you've been doing great.
It's just fun.
Holy cow.
If you like what you're doing, it's not work, right?
That's exactly right. And you have a passion in many areas, caring for people as well, and all this foundation work and taking care of people as well as business.
Well, every
and
coin is talking
crypto.
about it. But every coin is talking about it, and nobody's doing it. Like, name a coin out there today that has helped mankind.
Yeah.
Right now. Who's done what? I want to see some results.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to see them. And who hasn't done an illegal security offering that took investment from a group of people to build something for a profit from these people? Your security. They're not going to take Ethereum down simply because at $100 billion it does more damage to reverse them, but they were an illegal security for sure. Okay? And so who has done a legal one, and who has a for-profit business? Stellar has a Lightyear for sure, but Ethereum gave theirs away. Bitcoin doesn't have one. IOTA's crazy. Their Tangle is a Tangle. It's a Tangle mess. They said they had Microsoft as a partner and went up 10x, and it was not true, but they never came back to earth. I just don't see a competitor to us, frankly. Ripple could be a side chain on Ethereum, bank to bank, and we could probably beat them to the market. So what are we worth? But BitShares people, you come in there and you buy them, we're going to double you up for anything that you got. And you'll be the first ones to get it, because for everyone else, we have to teach them how to go get a BitShares account, and then how to transfer money in, and then how to get BitShares in their wallet, and then to buy it. But like Ethereum is used for so many of their ICOs, we're only going to use BitShares for any of our Latin American ICOs. So I think that BitShares, frankly, is incredibly undervalued. They invented this space, for God's sake. They have the best platform. It's never been hacked. And the people that started it, like Dan Larimer, Stan's son, went on to start EOS, which is processing more transactions per second than all the cards combined in testing. Sorry, I'm losing my thing without holding it. But the point is, and then Charles goes off and starts Ethereum Classic, Cardano, and they're the most valuable. It does not make any sense to us that BitShares isn't in the top 5 most valuable, because it's actually the only one that's delivered and has a truly decentralized network that's never been hacked or hurt. Think about that.
Love to hear that, because I feel like I was blessed to meet Stan and be a part of it. I feel so happy about that. So I appreciate you backing that up as well. And I hope that the Blue Rockers out there have heard this, understood it as well, too, to be excited about what's going on. Now, let me tell you, John, this is Blue Rock Talk. with Connie Willis and Crypto Connie tonight, right? And
Thank you,
we are Earth's most interesting conversations, and that includes people, places,
I
and
love
things. So we go from Bigfoot to ET to what the universe says and everything. So I know you're one of us. I can tell.
I'm connected.
Yeah, so
I'm plugged into the universe.
that's right.
Yeah,
I can tell.
So. Yeah. I know where to give thanks.
There you go. Well, that means you are a blue rocker, and that is someone in the know. And this is how we salute each other. It's like a backwards, sideways Spock. Right, there you go.
I love it.
There you go. So that's a blue rocker. So
blue rock.
I'd love to talk to you more. Let's please talk in the future.
Thank you for your time.
I want to definitely have this as breaking news. So please tell them one more time exactly what they get and how to get it. Like currently, if you have money in a BitShares wallet right now, if you have BitShares in a BitShares wallet now, you'll get 10 more by Tuesday. Is that right?
Okay, so
it's a gift.
Right now, if you go to BitcoinLatina.org, you're going to get 10 coins, and we're going to put those in your BitShares wallet on the 14th.
Okay.
If you wanted more, you could refer people, and we're putting a referral system in place, but that'll be ongoing forever. That's how we're going to get rid of 500 million of the billion coins.
I want
is
one.
Referral.
I want one. Okay.
All right, but for BitShares people that are there right now, you're already there. I mean, most of the reason that we're giving people these coins is so they'll take the time to learn how to get a BitShares wallet. And I didn't mention this, but between our connections, we have literally millions of crypto investor emails and social connections, 550,000 on Twitter, 1.2 million on Facebook, etc. And we're pushing all of them to BitShares. They all have to go get a wallet. So how do you get somebody to learn something new? Well, we're rewarding them with Bitcoin Latina coins. But for BitShares people that are already there, or people that figure out how to get there after they join our Telegram, after they stay in touch with us on email, we'll teach them how to get to BitShares, including video, pictures, etc. Right? But you guys are already there. So all you have to do is go and buy it up. It's priced up from 65 to 100 Bitcoin Latina each. And whatever is there in your wallet Saturday night by midnight, we're going to take a snapshot and we're going to double them. And then everyone else that comes in keeps buying at those prices. But that was essentially the early deal. And know that that money is going to go to file an SEC filing for the foundation. And it's also going to go to the St. Lazarus Foundation. And you can read about the rest on the website. I don't want to get it wrong with the United Nations
absolutely.
Group.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so let me just make sure I got it right. If you buy some now, between now and Saturday night, it's going to double.
Saturday midnight Pacific time.
Pacific time, okay.
I will double the number of coins that are in your wallet.
Okay, from what you purchase now till Saturday.
Don't care what you purchase. Now, you're not getting your 10 free coins until the 14th. This is pre-14th, right? So this is only for people that are going in and actually purchasing it, not for the freebies, for the purchasers, and then on the 14th, everyone gets 10 that's at BitShares.
All right.
And then we'll start a referral network, and you can earn more in that. But hopefully this is a real good shot in the arm, because you guys came down from like 92 to 21 or something, and now that's 22 to 20. But at 90, I was like, finally, recognition.
Yes.
But really it should be at $9. So
this is good. All the smart people are getting into it now. We're all getting in. It's been opened up. The universe said, "Get in now, get in now." So
I like that
right now. Okay.
I like that. All right.
So John,
Connie,
hang on there. Okay, I want to say goodbye, but hold on there for a second.
Okay.
He even knows how to salute. I love it.
Left or right? I'm ambidextrous. Look at that. Wow.
You can do it all. I bet you can do the Pac-Man too, can't you?
Well, of course.
So, John, hold on, okay? That's John Watts there of a new Blue Rocker here on Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis. Breaking news with Crypto Connie, and you heard it. I'm going to have all the links below, okay? So you guys can know exactly what to do, how to do it. I'm very excited. It was very nice to meet him. Boy,
Red Bull.